her honour. Our reporter Nthakoana Ngatane is at Constitutional Hill. Good afternoon, Nthakoana. Constitutional Hill, a huge part of our rich liberation heritage. What's happening on the programme right now?
Well, I think, yes, you're right, Kirshni. This is the iconic Constitutional Hill. This is a place that I believe every South African should visit at least once in their life. This is a place that used to be a prison that used to keep people like Mama Winnie and many others, to keep them away from society and to stop them from fighting against apartheid. We know that she was held here first in 1958, and at the time she was even expecting, and her husband Nelson Mandela was in prison in Robben Island at the time. But we also know that this is a place that was eventually turned into the home of the Constitutional Court, and it is Constitutional Hill. Here you can find various exhibitions of stalwarts and the history of South Africa. But happening here today, as you've rightfully pointed out, is the I Am Winnie Mandela tribute, and it is being organized by that movement. This is a campaign that did not start when she passed on. This is a campaign that was started way back in January, and here to talk to us about why it was started and where it is going even now that she is gone is coordinator of that campaign, and that is Rorisa Ntandeki. So Rorisa, thank you so much for joining us. Now we see that the stage is set. Who do we expect on this stage tonight?
Thank you so much for coming through. It means a lot to us. Tonight is a special one. We have the likes of Leroy joining us tonight. We have Zahara here tonight. Busiswa is coming to do poetry. We see her mostly with the drum space, but she's coming to do poetry tonight. Butle from the Soil is here tonight. And somebody who took everybody's breath away just yesterday at the memorial, Brenda Mtambo, is also here tonight to share. Look, we've created a space where musicians, I always say when I go up to welcome everybody, it's not a gig. It's true to our African culture, us coming together during the week to sing, pray, and get each other through the week. And that's exactly what we've set up here.
But of course, the main thing really is to talk about Winnie Mandela. I am Winnie Mandela. Yeah. What is it about?
This is one that's very close to our heart. So early in the year, in January, she was getting honored with a doctorate at a university in Uganda, and her niece had an opportunity to go speak and accept it on her behalf because she was already ill by then. And within her speech, she mentioned I am Winnie Mandela. And one of the cornerstones to what she was speaking about accepting the speech is that, you know, them honoring her with this doctorate is them recognizing her contribution firstly, and secondly recognizing that we still need to talk about this contribution because still more work needs to be done. So when we say I am Winnie Mandela, we're not saying that because she's passed on. We're saying that because there is still a lot of work to be done. So our main aim is to bring a consciousness to everybody that when everybody's done wearing black and done wearing dukes and life continues, what legacy ourselves as individuals have we laid down? So this is sort of just to evoke a spirit of togetherness, to evoke a spirit of intentional participating within society. And that's really what I Am Winnie stands for. We're a bunch of young people who believe, yes, she did well, extremely well, but she fought for something. And is it really conquered? And if the answer is no, then what are you and I doing about it? Hence, I Am Winnie Mandela.
Now, one of the things that you have done is ask people who are coming here tonight to each bring a blanket. Yeah. What are you going to do with those blankets?
So the foundation is going to move on right after this. We lay her to rest on Saturday. But on Friday evening, throughout the week, we've asked people to bring blankets. As you can see, it's no chairs. Everybody sits on the floor. We come together. So we're going to be heading out in the streets of Joburg because we're at Constitutional Hill. So we're just going to go out here handing out blankets. In fact, she was busy working on a blanket drive. So we want to continue that, and there'll be many other projects. I think one thing that we must emphasize is that everybody who's performing, coming together from the sound to the stage, is people who all volunteered to be a part of this. Like I said, it's not a gig, it's a coming together. And another big one is that every night we ask different people with different skills to join our database to help us continue the work that she was about. She was the first qualified social worker, black social worker in South Africa, meaning there's still a lot of work to be done. And we're ready to go out there into the streets, whether it's giving blankets, sanitary pads, fighting laws against customary laws that still hold women back. We're ready.
South Africans last night saw the documentary that many were waiting to see and woke up this morning, all of them saying, we are sorry, we didn't do enough to say thank you. Yeah. How are you feeling about it?
There's a peace and there's a bit of anger. that creeps in, but I think it's good anger. It's anger that evokes a responsibility that, will my story be written wrongly? But it's my responsibility to fight for the right narrative. And I think as South Africans, it's a wake-up call for us to read more, investigate more, and listen more, instead of just taking packaged content and running with it. I think it's really evoked in us, what is really our narrative? Do we really know our story, or have we chosen parts of it that has been put in our faces and had not taken the responsibility to go find out more? So I'm happy it's out, and I really hope that it will be more than just a dook. I think she deserves more than a dook. I think she deserves us going out there and making sure the fight she started, we end it.
And that is Rorisa Nthandeki, so telling us about the hashtag I am Winnie Mandela. It's coming to life tonight. It's that time of the year when we don't know whether to say good evening or good afternoon. It's a chilly afternoon here in Johannesburg, but it's happening. People are bringing their blankets. They'll sit here and listen to the tributes to Mama Winnie Madikizela-Mandela tonight.
Thank you, Nthakoana. A concert in honor of Mama Winnie on at Constitutional Hill in Johannesburg tonight. A sterling lineup, we understand, of artists to pay tribute to the late struggle icon. We're hearing there from the I Am Winnie campaign organizers appealing for blankets tonight to contribute to the blanket drive. Peter.